What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and in today's video, we are going to be focusing in on the brand new tech Vegito. We are going to be covering him in this video, and I will make dedicated videos for Vegeta and for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which I did actually get after the fact, did a little bit of farming, got some stones up, we ended up getting him, you know the deal. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let's do this, and as we get into the battle and as we unlock different abilities, we'll kind of discuss these units as we go along here. So let's see what our rotation's looking like here. Rotation's looking okay. The thing is that UI Goku, he can just dodge everything on the first attack, so I'm pretty happy about that, actually. So we'll just do this as our main rotation for this first turn. So, in terms of what this guy's doing, he's got a great leader skill, by the way. He actually is fantastic in terms of, like, what he buffs. The stats that he gives is also really, really good. Permanently stacking attack with his super attack, including his 18 and 12 key, which is good. And then his passive skill's also very, very good. One thing about him that's kind of nice, that he is kind of like a support unit. He gives 1 key and 40% defense to his own category that he introduced, as well as Potara. For the first 3 turns, he gets damage reduction. Once that expires, he can then switch into Vegeta, which is a cool little transition for him. Every time he attacks, he gets damage reduction and an attack buff. And then he is super effective against all types. I actually completely forgot that he did that when you have 10 or more key. So most of the time, basically 99% of the time, you're going to be super effective against all types. He can also launch an additional super, additional damage reduction in the second, third slot. So the way that this kind of guy is built is that he's very good in slot 2 and 3. Vegeta can be used in like a slot 1 kind of scenario, and then Vegeta, when you eventually fuse into him, will kind of break him down once we get him. He just ends the battle. Alright, let's go ahead and get us started here. I kind of want to take down Android 19 first. Okay, 24 key. Vegeta, as I said, we'll make a dedicated video for him, but he actually does not start the battle with a lot of ki. But the more he attacks, the more he accumulates ki. So that's the important thing with him. So hopefully they can super attack Goku here, because he will guarantee dodge it, but no supers yet. Oh, here we go. Good. That's really good for us. So Goku's going to dodge all of that. As for Dr. Gero here, he does give -2 ki, which is kind of annoying. And every turn he gets stronger. But that's not really too much of a concern for us. We kind of want to get rid of Android 19. Once Android 19 falls below 70% HP, he will get like easier to kill because he'll be less tanky. Anyways, we don't really care about showcasing the UI Goku. We want to be talking about the tech Goku and Vegeta. This guy, man, even the attack animation for this dude looks so sick. Like, have a look at this. This is the 24 key, of course. Transforming into Super Saiyan 3 is so sick. And of course, he's super effective against all types. We're above 20 key, so we get an additional super attack. Well, we should, or just an additional attack. But we did get the additional super. Thank you very much for that. Bah. Really cool animation for that Kamehameha. Almost getting rid of Android 19, but at least Vegeta should get rid of him. And yeah, we'll tank this pretty comfortably. Because every time Goku attacks, or when he attacks, he gets damage reduction for the turn, which is good. Even Vegeta's animations look pretty sick. And Vegeta, he can do lots of additional attacks. And every time he attacks, he permanently builds up his ki. So Android 19 is dealt with, which is great. Nice. And that's the other good thing. We kind of mentioned it as well, but like the leader skill for this guy is so good. You have access to so many good characters on his squad. Both of these are Ki Blast supers, so I think I will put Gotenks up the front. If Dr. Gero supers him, it will stun Gotenks, which is a bit annoying, but it should be okay. This will get him to 24 key with the double super with the crits. This will get him to 24 key. And then Goku, this will definitely get him to 24 key. Beautiful. So Dr. Gero should die this turn. If he supers Gotenks before he attacks, that could be a problem. Okay, that's good. So we'll get the 2 super attacks from Gotenks, both of them being crits as well because we're at max key. Man, this guy is so good. I absolutely love this Gotenks. Definitely one of my favorite Dokkan characters that they've released, like at least in the past year or so. This guy is really, really strong. Just one of those units that can just start the battle off like an absolute beast. He doesn't need to build himself up over time. He could just start the battle as an absolute destructive weapon for your team. So Goku, of course, going to get some attacks in here. Go ahead and get rid of that. There we go. Boom. All right. So, now we have Android 18 and 17. So what happens here? So when Android 18 attacks, well, she has the ability to nullify ceiling, which is fine. But Android 17 will get additional attack and defense when Android 18 is not present. So technically, we really should get rid of 17 first, but Android 18 can seal us. So I think we'll do this, because Android 18, like, we will tank pretty well because we have type advantage against her there. And then we will hopefully rely on Gohan to launch his super attack a few times to give him a lot of defense. So not a good key distribution here. This is actually a little alarming for us. If Gohan gets super, that's gonna hurt really bad. We really have really bad key distribution here. But we should be okay. So this is turn 3 right now. Next turn is going to be when we get access to the exchange with Vegeta, which is really nice. So we'll be able to kind of showcase exactly what that looks like. What I should have done, I should have turned off the animations, because the turn where Vegeta arrives, we get a little animation that plays. Unfortunately, we forgot to turn that off, so that's alright. We'll miss it this time around, but it's not the end of the world. We want to see Vegeta, man. We want to see Vegeta show up. So Gohan's going to get a super attack in. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be super effective against all types, because we didn't get him to 24 key. But, of course, every time he supers is going to be a really nice build for him. He gets stronger and stronger as the battle goes on. And, okay, yep, no super attack on Gohan. Fantastic, fantastic. And then, I mean, if she supers Goku, that won't be the end of the world either, because hopefully he can just dodge it, because, you know, Goku's kind of that guy. Okay, do we get a crit? We do. Oh, okay, get a third super attack, because why not? These 6th anniversary Dokkan units, they got these Easy A's last year, man. These guys are just beasts. They're so freaking good, man. So they do super attack Goku. He does dodge it, which is nice. Okay, so now this time they are both going to join the fray. I am a little concerned in terms of these guys doing damage to us. We'll see. Android 17 does do a Ki Blast Super, so Gotenks can actually counter that. But we're here to talk about Goku, right? And look, he does have this new exchange mechanic, so you can switch over to Vegeta. So I guess we could potentially showcase this here. So in terms of what Vegeta does with his passive skill, the reversible exchange, where he gets 50% damage reduction, really good stats, and he also provides a support. But instead of providing 40% defense like Goku, he actually provides an attack buff instead. And then when you have 10 or more ki, he gets a further 20% damage reduction. And if he is the first attacker in the turn, man, he guards all attacks. So 70% damage reduction with guard as the first attacker in the turn. Sounds pretty good to me. I feel like Vegeta should be able to sit there quite comfortably and just tank those hits. So we'll go ahead and do that, get him to 24 ki. Should be pretty comfortable for him. As for Gotenks, that'll get him to 24 ki. Should have probably kept the strength ki spheres for Vegeta, but it's not the end of the world. And that'll be fine for him. As long as we get rid of Android 18, because Android 18 is attacking for a bunch at the end of the turn here. And, I mean, Vegeta has type advantage, so we can see Vegeta's animations this time around. So, here we go with his first attack. I really love this animation. I mean, this was very similar to the animation that was playing during the Strength Vegeta's 18 key super, I do believe. Okay, get an additional attack there. Additional super attack with the Big Bang attack. Nice. And next turn is going to be turn 5. And turn 5 is when the party will begin. Yeah, I can't wait. He should tank this. Okay, even with all that damage reduction and everything, he took 25k from that. And then Gotenks will go ahead and get rid of Android 18. And then he will use his additional super attack to attack Android 17. And because he's got 24 ki with the guaranteed crits, despite type disadvantage, I mean, Gotenks just goes so hard, man. Gotenks is so good. Okay, sweet. And then because Android 18 is not at the end, we don't have to worry about Vegeta taking too much damage. But after Vegeta attacks quite a long time, like quite a lot, he's going to be a beast as well once he gets built up. When, of course, the more ki he gets, the more attacks he will do in a turn. He can do up to 5 additional attacks. So that's phenomenal that he gets access to do that. So I think with Vegeta, you kind of want to build him with crit, with the way that he's kind of working. Alright, so, ooh, we can actually use the Super Saiyan 3 Goku transformation as well. However, that's not the point of this video. We are going to go ahead and activate the animation right here to transform into Vegito, man. Let's go. Let's do it. Do we want to keep this? Yeah, I think we want to keep this. Maybe we want to do this, just in case. But we're not going to kill him here. But here we go. Let's see that fusion.
Vegeta, put this on your right ear, please. Vegeta,
Give it to me now! This is what I'm supposed to do, right?
yep. Thanks, Vegeta.
This is Super Vegito!
Bro, it's so badass. It's so badass. He does have his active skill, but I'm going to keep it until we reach the next stage. I think that's going to be more important to use it there. And we can see that Android 17 is not super attacking at all. Well, that's good to see. I think what I'll do is I actually will put Vegito up front, even though he will do more damage in slot 2. Because he'll be able to super attack, and then because his super attack gives him additional attack and defense, it means his counters will be even more potent. But yeah, in terms of what this guy's doing, man, when you transform into him, you just get a full heal. You get 3 ki per key, guarding everything, 60% damage reduction. He does launch an ultra super attack again. And then every time he performs a normal attack, every time he does an attack, period, he gets an additional 20% chance to crit. So after 5 attacks, he's permanently critting. Every attack he takes, further attack 10% increase. He counters normal attacks, and for the 4 turns as well, you can foresee enemy super attack, which is why you can see there are no super attacks coming in from Android 17. So Vegeto's about to go crazy. Let's do this. Get him to max ki. And then we'll get the Gohan to max ki. And then we'll get Goku into max ki. But Android 17 is not surviving this turn. He's just not. In his counter animation plays as well. Boom. Critical hit, 8.7 million. Counter. Boom. 2.4 million. No crit, unfortunately. And have a look at this super attack animation, bro. It goes so hard. Bro, it looks so good. And the double super, of course. And of course, my Vegeta is only at 55%, by the way. But even though, like, Vegeta, he does really, really cool stuff with his special, with his super attack, the predominant amount of damage that you'll see with Vegeta is from these counters. I mean, if you get those crits, unfortunately, we didn't really get any crits with those counters, so we got a little unlucky. Super explosive wave. There we go. And Android 17 is down. And we're going to move on to the final stage of this battle, which is going to be against Cell. Cell, he will get 50% attack and defense on the 3rd turn from the entry turn. So he doesn't really do a lot. He does have Ki Blast Supers, though, which means that Gotenks can actually counter them. But we're going to go ahead and switch to Goku. Remember, to transform into Super Vegeta, you do have to be in Goku's form. If you activate the active skill while you're in Vegeta's form, you're going to get a different ability altogether. It is a good ability, but we want to see Vegito. Let's go ahead and see it again. And of course, the cool thing is as well is that we're going to activate the active skill of Vegito during this turn. And we're going to hopefully do a ton of damage. And I mean, I'm not going to say we could kill him, but we are going to use the friend Vegeta right here, who I believe was rainbowed when I picked him. And we'll get to see the full power of this one here. Let's see it. Okay. Now, let's show off the active skill, which in my opinion is one of the best animations in the entire game, dude. Let's go ahead and see this.
Witness the power of the Pantara!
Like, bro, come on! This is so good! Like, what is this man doing?
I won't hold back!
So, of course, it does a ton of damage. We get the target mechanic, which, for a character with counters as powerful as this, like, you couldn't really ask for much more, right? Alright, let's go ahead and do this. We could activate the other skills of these guys, but I don't think we really need to do that. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and do this. And, I mean, Goku doesn't really matter. Let's just do this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, counter number 1. 7.4 million. Counter number 2. 8.1 million. Okay, he's attacking all. Which, of course, we get a counter once again. 8.5 million. Gotenks tanks it. Goku dodges it. You love to see it. Counter again. 9.4 million. And now we get the double super attack from Vegito. Of course, we want to see some crits. 11.4 million damage. Second super attack with 13.8 million attack stat. Like, it's crazy seeing, like, the counters are doing pretty much as much damage as, like, these super attack damages, which is crazy. A third attack, by the way, you love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Okay, 11.2. Super attack on our way, we should be fine. Yeah, that's okay, no problems. Okay, then counter again. 21.4? Like, what are we talking about here, man? Double super attack from Gotenks, both of which are crits. By the way, this cell has 245 million HP. Keep that in mind, by the way. 245 million. Okay, and of course, the target mechanic from Vegeta coming in here. Counter. 22.6 million? Like, what is going on? This is, like, craziness. 24 million damage. Another counter. 25.6 million damage. Bro, we straight up just might kill this guy in one turn. Hold up. Okay, no crit there, which is kind of shit. I mean, we've only got one more super attack, one more counter from Vegito this turn. So we're just barely not going to kill this turn. Okay. And then counter. Dude, we nearly one-shot this guy. Like, can you believe that? Alright, now we can actually show off this because this is so dope. Let's go ahead and activate the secondary active skill here just to see the KO screen. Just to see the KO screen of this Vegito because it looks so clean. I love this animation, man. This is, like, by far and away, this is the best unit in the game. Like, you just see how much damage and tankiness we had that turn. Like, no unit is doing that, right? Like, seriously, what's going on? This guy's a beast. Here we go. And the finger wag! The finger wag. Not today. Not today. But anyways, guys, that is going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for watching the video. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.